Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to this channel. It's your boy Sammy. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you down to understanding candlesticks chart patterns, bullish candlesticks chart patterns. Now, one of the issue about candlesticks is that you have to be able to pinpoint which of the candlesticks is in place for you to be able to get a better understanding of what the market is actually doing. Now, candlesticks actually tell us what price action is all about. Now, for the video that I dropped last week was about bearish reversal candlestick chart patterns, because they tell us what the price is actually doing in the market. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to be talking about bullish candle reversal chart pattern. But first of all, let's understand what candlestick is all about. Candlesticks is going to be predicted based on price action, because they tell us what the market is doing. Now, if you're yet to subscribe to this video, this channel, you've not done so, please do so and leave a comment in the section below, or like and share also. Now, for this bullish candle reversal candlestick chart pattern, we look at four major things like we talked about in the bearish. The bullish, we talked about the color of the candle. Most folks like to leave it green, which is basically what it should be, but you can change it into something else once you understand what bullish candle patterns are and what bearish candle patterns are. Now we talk about the body, because they tell us what the price, the one, if it's the bullish, it talks about if the the buyers are in charge. And we look at the wicks. The wicks talks about the week and the range of the market. As at, let's say you open the price, candlestick is being formed in the 1 hour, it's going to be telling you the range. If price comes up to this level, or if price reverts back to this zone here before it closes here, it simply means that 1 hour was actually formed for what price to move in between this range here and in between this range here. So now what does bullish candlestick tell us? Price opens here. Remember, for the bearish we say price open here. For the bullish, price opens here from the downside here. And once the price was open, sellers took price to the downside, and all of a sudden huge buying pressure stepped in and pushed price to the opening price and took it above here. Now when it goes here, since 1 hour candle or 5 minutes candle was not being the time was not yet completed, but all of a sudden selling pressure stepped in and pushed price here. And once it was time, candle closes here. This was the closing price here. Some of the time you will see candlesticks get up to this level here, and closes here, somewhere here. Whichever the range of the candle is, it shows that the buyers are actually in charge at that point in time. Okay, it shows that buyers are actually in charge. Now, this is the body of the candle, this is the opening price, this is the closing price. Okay, now let's get to understand each of these candlesticks. Now stick with me to the end of this video. I'm going to be showing you where you are going to be entering these candlesticks in the market. We don't just look at only candlestick, we check other factors also. So if this is the first time of watching this video, I would like you to stick to the end, because I'm going to be showing you the exact zone where you should be looking out for what this candlestick or chart patterns. So let's move on to understand the different candlestick chart patterns that we have. Now this, as you can see, is a preceding chart pattern, candlestick chart pattern, preceding bullish candlestick chart pattern. Now what this simply means is that when this bearish candle was formed, price opened here in the bearish market, the price opened here, and sellers took price to the downside, and they were able to close price here. Now this means that the sellers are in charge momentarily. Now, but once the bullish pressure stepped in, price opened here, the sellers pushed it to the downside, but they couldn't push any much longer, so the price came up here and closed above 50% of this bearish candle here. As you can see, this line indicating 50% here. This simply means that the sellers are actually lost momentum at that point in time. So the bullish candles, which signifies the buyers are actually in charge. So at this zone here, one can place his entry here, because this is an entry trigger. When you hear folks say entry trigger, this simply means that you can enter the market off of this zone here, telling you that you can actually take price to the upside. This for what preceding chart pattern. it covers 50% of the previous candle that was formed. Why this one here talks about a bullish engulfing chart pattern. As you can see, the market was actually bearish, but once it got to this zone, a reversal pattern was formed, which shows a preceding an engulfing bullish chart pattern. Now, candlestick chart pattern, this shows that the bearish candle was here, but this bullish candle covered above the bearish candle, signifying a buy signal for us to push our entry to take price to the upside. Okay, I'm going to be showing all of this in the chart for you to be able to identify when to enter the market using this chart pattern. Now, take note, these other folks might be formed, but the price might still do other stuff that get traders confused, which is one of the things I'm going to be identifying in the chart when we get to show you what the price is actually doing. So just stick with me to the end of this video. Okay, we have the next one. It is called a reversal candlestick chart pattern, which shows that the market is actually turning bullish from bearish. And here, as you can see, this market is actually reversing toward bullish. It is called a hammer. Now, a hammer shows that price opens here. Don't forget, we say price opens here. It opens here um, at the opening of price. Price was opened here. Sellers took price to this downside. But before the candlestick was actually formed and closed, the huge pressure stepped in and took price here to the opening price and forced it above the opening price and closed above the opening price, and price closed bullish. Now, as you can look closely, you will notice that there is no wick at the top. This shows a strong pressure from the buyers, which signifies that the price wants to reverse, and so we can look for opportunity to enter here and take price to the upside. Since the reversal pattern shows that the buying pressure was actually huge, so we can look for opportunity to take price to the upside. This is a hammer, and it shows a strong buying pressure for buyers. Okay, now the next one we have is this. We have an hammer, um a morning star. Now a morning star shows three candles. The bearish candle, don't forget the bearish candle, there is no wick here. It shows a strong bearish momentum. Now, as you can see here, we have an indecision. If you watch the video where I talked about candlesticks but chart patterns, about the bearish candlestick chart, and I made mention of this. So if you've not watched the video, I'm going to be leaving the link in the description below so you can just get access to it, or in the comment section so you can get access to it. This shows an indecision. After this was formed, this bearish candle was formed, there was another candle that was formed. What this means was price opened here and sellers pushed it to the downside. Buyer stepped in and pushed it to the upside, closing above the opening price. And all of a sudden, huge selling pressure stepped in and closed below the opening price, and it closed there. But because the momentum of the candle, which, like I said, the body of the candle is not much, we will consider it to be indecision. Okay, so the next one that was formed was a bullish candle that opened here, and sellers pushed it down. Which pressure stepped in, buying pressure stepped in and closed above here to this zone. Now this shows a three candle, and it is called a morning star. This is one of my favorite candles. I'm going to be showing you how to enter of this in the market, because each of the time frame forms their own candlestick chart pattern. 4 hours form their own candlestick chart pattern. 30 minutes does. 30 minutes takes 30 minutes for each of the candles to be formed. 4 hours take 4 hours for each of the candles to form. Daily candles take one day, a whole day for the candlestick to form. But the question is, how do we trade this candlestick chart pattern, which I'm going to be showing you here in this video if you stick with me to the end. Okay, if you're set, let's just dive right in and let me show you how this thing works in the market. Okay, we're here. I made mention of this in our last video that I talked about in the bearish candlestick chart patterns. Now this is it. A lot of candles are being formed on the chart. Now, how do we identify the particular candlestick? But first of all, before we talk about how we identify each of the zones and where we're supposed to enter off of, I'm going to be showing you the different candlesticks, how they are being formed in the different time frames. Okay, then I will show you how to pinpoint your own entry in these candlesticks chart patterns. So let's dive right in. Let me show you guys. Okay, let's look closely. This right here is a preceding chart pattern. Now, how did I call it? A preceding chart pattern. It covered above 50% of this previous bearish candle, and as you can see, price gave us a reversal back to the upside after the candlestick was formed. Now, this served as an entry. It is called an entry trigger that tells us that, hey, we were bearish, but let's turn backward up. Now, don't forget, the market moves in an uptrend, a retracement, uptrend, a retracement, and all of that. But each of the retracement that reverses, it actually tells you that we are going up using a candlestick reversal chart pattern. After telling you that, you can now be able to know that, hey, we are turning what? Bullish. Now I'll show you other ones. Okay, let me just quickly show you while analyzing why we are going up. Now I need you to listen attentively to what I'm going to be saying. This is it. This is it. When the market comes to each different time zones, each swing point in the trend line, that is when we look for reversals. How do I mean? We look for reversals when market come to major swing point, meaning the trend line. That is the area of value you should be focused about. What is it called? You should be focused about your candlesticks chart pattern. I don't really base up analysis on these ones. These are not my business. My business is when the market come to the trend line here. That is when I look for my entry trigger. What is my entry trigger? My entry trigger is each of these candlestick, either a morning star, um, a precedent pattern, bullish engulfing, and all of that. So these are my chart patterns that tells me that, hey, this is it. Now I need you to understand one more thing. One more thing is this: whenever 4 hours candles are being formed here, when you go down to the lower time frame, you are bound to see a different candlestick chart pattern. Now this one is a preceding chart pattern, right? So let's identify this. Let's identify this one, and let's go down and see what in the lower time frame what the market gave to us as an entry trigger here. Okay, let's go down to the let's go down to 30 minutes. 30 minutes will be fine. 30 minutes time frame. Please, if you're getting any value from this video, I would like you to subscribe, like, and share. In that way you will be able to identify with us and know whenever we have new videos like this or new contents like this to drop. And in case you have any question, please leave it in the comment section. We'll give attention to it. Okay, let's go down to okay, we're almost there. Okay, let's zoom closely and see what we have here. Okay, this is it. We had a bullish engulfing chart pattern. Now this is 30 minutes. We had a bullish engulfing chart pattern here. As you can see, in the 4 hours we had a preceding chart pattern, but in the 30 minutes we had a what? Bullish engulfing chart pattern, which means the market, the candle, bullish candle covered above the bearish candle completely. Okay, completely. Now let's look for another swing point. Let's look for the first place the market respected, and let's see what we'll have here. Okay, from here we had a bullish engulfing chart pattern here. Bullish engulfing chart pattern. Bullish engulfing chart pattern here. Now as you can see, this is it. Okay, let's quickly identify another market that respected a zone. Please take note, I'm actually pointing out areas of value what's an area of value where we expect buyers to take price up or where we expect sellers to take price down in using the trend line. That is what I use in the trend line. Okay, in case you don't understand what this trend line trading strategy is all about, I made a video about it. Trend line trading strategy, how to draw a trend line. There is a video in it. Just click on my subscribe button and go to the subscription to our channel page. You see all the content that you need. Okay, let me show you something here. There is a particular market I'm actually looking for a buy opportunity here. A buy opportunity here. Okay, I'm still having a pending order holding, but one of the reasons I entered this chart is because of what I saw. And what did I see? Okay, this is a reversal hammer here. For me, this is an advanced trading concept. I just want to show you the chart, the entry trigger that I saw here that made me want to enter this trade. If we go down to the lower time frame, let's check 15 minutes. There's something 15 minutes did that really triggered my attention. Okay, this is it. This is it. Yeah. This is it. Yeah. Now what did we see? This is a preceding chart pattern that covered above 50% of the previous candle. As you can see, it covered above 50% of the previous candle, which shows that we are actually going up. Is an entry trigger for me to put my SL below, reason why I entered the trade. Okay, reason why I entered the trade, as you can see. Okay, let's look for something I'm about to show you guys here. Let's go to another example. The simple truth of this is that I don't just base up of candle analysis on this zone. If you can check all this noise that is going on here, I just focus on the whole idea behind the move. Why is market actually giving me this zone? All these things you're seeing here, all this stuff, I just focus on what the price is actually doing. But once it comes to my area of value, which you have this trend line here, reason why I drew this trend line here. Okay, once it comes to this trend line here, which is the reason why I placed my entry, that is when I start looking for entry trigger. I don't just base my analysis on just any zone, guys. My analysis is actually based off of what price is doing. So that is just it. Okay, I've talked about the bearish video and then bearish candlestick chart pattern. If this is your first time of watching our video, I'd like you to subscribe and also leave a comment in the section below. I'm going to be dropping a future video about continuation candlesticks chart pattern. That also is actually a different course entirely. Okay, there is some stuff that's happening here. I want to identify this as it's a retracement though, but some folks trade. So I'll just identify this here and show you guys what the market was doing. I don't like this. So I don't like what I'm seeing here. Nevertheless, please don't focus on this trend I'm about to draw, but it's a little bit complex for pro traders. If you're a beginner, I would not advise you to trade such. But I just want to point out something here. What do we have here? Look very well. You see a morning star, right? Please take note when you're putting your stop losses. Please let it be below the wick in a buy scenario. Let it be below the wick. Okay, that is a cool zone because market will respect it after a reversal chart pattern. What did we see here? I will not call this a morning star. We call this a reversal bullish hammer. You can see the reversal here. Let me zoom this closely. As you can see, price opened here and took price to the downside. Bullish spread just stepped in and closed above the opening price and closes above it here, showing that price is what actually going to the upside. And that was it. That was the candlestick that took price to the upside. So that's it for this video. See you in a future video.